So, I know what you're thinking. Why, Vin? Why do you want to talk about this thing? Everyone's talking about it. Well, I have information from my uncle who works at Nintendo and my own observation that you can't get anywhere else. And also because like 1,000 people wanted me to do a little discussion about this thing. So we're gonna do a discussion about this thing. And it won't be too much of a discussion, but I wanna analyze and bring you... Whoa, music. There we go. The music is in a better place now. Lower. I want to talk to you a little bit about my thoughts on this thing and the perception of it. And we're also going to analyze the trailer a bit. See this trailer here? Alright, all the little details. Like, for example, did you know that there's a dog somewhere here? Look at this dog. This dog is fucking huge. Okay? Let me show you, let me give you the analysis you expect. The deep detail analysis. That dog is massive. That's one. So Nintendo A is only employing giant dogs. And two, Nintendogs 2 confirmed? That's what I get out of this. Okay? This is, again, analysis that you'll never see anywhere else. I saw birds. Nintendbirds. Or Nintenburbs. Okay? Again, you don't know. Alright? But that's what the pixels tell me. If you look in the reflection of the TV, you see a lamp. Which makes me wonder what kind of games Nintendo might have on the horizon that involve lamps. Perhaps Chibi Robo 7. Perhaps Animal Crossing. I don't know. I'm just showing it like I see it. You'll see that in this frame, there seems to be some kind of polar bear on a stack of books. If you look real closely, what could that represent? Well, in reality, I'm not sure what it represents. But... conspiracy? Now, listen. Listen. We're gonna talk a little bit about this. Ah! I just wanted to shut the music off and it went and just got loud on me. Alright, listen, I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch. For real, I am not an expert. I'm not an educated man. However, I can tell you what I like. And, first of all, my plan was not to stay awake for this announcement. It was at 10 a.m. and I didn't stay up for it. I didn't wake up early for it intentionally. I knew it was only going to be a 3-minute video. I thought it was just going to be a teaser, maybe a date reveal for an announcement. But my body woke me up. So my body was apparently like totally in tune with this announcement. And I want to thank Reggie from Nintendo for that, for preparing my body. And in reality, I ended up waking up like 4 minutes before the goddamn video. I checked my cell phone. I was like, oh fuck, it's 9:56. I guess I may as well just watch it. So I ended up waiting 4 minutes. I watched it, and then I went back to bed. And I'll tell you some of my initial thoughts. Now, I know you're here for video games, and we're going to talk about video games in a second. I'm going to bring you a special presentation, a little tribute to the Wii U that I made. And before I do that, however, I want to talk about the Switch. Will you make the Switch? $5 says that that's their motto, their logo. And of course, Battlefield 1, I'm ready to stream for you guys. That'll be up next. So if you're looking for video games, they'll be here. But my initial impressions are positive. I think it's a really clear message, a really good trailer. I understand what the Switch is. It's a good name. I like the name. It's better than PU. Let's face it, the Wii U didn't have a strong name. I mean, I can talk about all the reasons why Nintendo's policies didn't work out with the Wii U. I mean, it was a very weirdly marketed device. The name implied it was some kind of add-on. There were some issues with the marketing and advertising. The third parties abandoned. People weren't just not interested. I think the Wii also damaged the Wii U because the Wii was the hot new toy, and then by the end of its life cycle, it was just the hot new dust collector. So the Switch, it's good that Nintendo's getting away from the Wii brand. It's run its course. Okay. we're going to take a look at the trailer, but before we do that, I want to just say, I thought it was a pretty good trailer. I thought that it looked like a very nice little system. It looks cool. The concept is cool. I'm on board with the concept. I mean, a lot of those leaks were true, huh? It seems like we all kind of knew what this was, or most of us kind of, at least maybe secondhand, got some leak information. We got some leakage on us, and it was like, whoa, is that going to be it? Kinda. So, yeah, some surprisingly accurate leaks. But I'm going to go through the trailer a little bit without the volume on. I'll just talk over it, and we will discuss. Okay, so the trailer starts here in a street. That smoke is so rare. I don't know where they always get smoke for these city streets from. Anyway, yeah, the Zelda looks great. Breath of the Wild. I'm so excited for this game, and I will be picking it up on this system. There's the dog. See, I told you about them Nintendogs. I told you, deep analysis, massive fucking dire dog. So that's the little pod. It's called the Lovejoy. It's called the something like that. The Greyjoy, Luna Lovegood. What is it called? Joy Pod. And you can use it as a controller. Then you can take the thing on the go. So that's the big feature, which is that you can play your game at home. Then you can put the little controller dock thing onto the sides of it, and then you take it with you. So it's the Wii U in concept, but portable, meaning that screen has to have some fucking intense hardware behind it. I think we finally reached technology, like NVIDIA is doing the technology for this thing. And NVIDIA says that it's going to be pretty powerful. There's custom architecture behind it. We don't know how powerful. We do know it can run Skyrim Special Edition, which is a 5-year-old game. So, I mean, but the Special Edition updates some things, so that's cool. I don't think it's going to be the most powerful system. It'll probably be as powerful, maybe on par. My prediction is it's going to be on par with Xbox One and PS4, maybe a little bit beyond because of the custom stuff. But I don't think power is what is selling this system for a lot of people. Now, few quick points. One thing I haven't heard anyone really bring up, and I've been like kind of keeping an eye on some of the reaction and questions people have had about this thing, and it's that what I want to know is the screen touchscreen? Because I didn't see any, maybe I missed something in the trailer, we're going to find out, but I didn't get any information on whether or not this thing is touchscreen, which is kind of strange. For one, it looks like the Wii U stuff isn't like okay, you're not using that all the time, so you're not always going to have that screen inventory. Nintendo's not confirming nor denying, apparently, that there is a touchscreen, according to some chat members. So, you know, I don't know. Also, the big question, how much of a performance hit are the games going to take from portable mode as opposed to docked mode? I think the battery life is a huge factor. We don't know anything. We don't know the price point. We don't know the battery life. We don't know necessarily the details of the hardware specs. We know it can run the Unreal Engine 4, so we got that. That's cool. And we know some other developers are on board that normally wouldn't be on board a Nintendo console. But, you know, it's hard to tell, really, if this technology is going to work because we don't have certain details. And I think the big questions are, in fact, yes, how much performance is affected by handheld mode, and how's the battery life, and can you replace battery packs? So maybe you bring a backup with you. So, not sure about that stuff. Now I'm getting all the negative stuff out of the way first, and I want to talk about the positives soon. So, I mean, it's great that you can take Zelda with you. That's cool. Here's the game. Now you'll see there. Let's take a look at that. Now, okay, that right there is small. And we know the 3DS can fit some data. It's got a good amount of data you can fit on these things. I think the flash carts, if I'm using that term correctly, are a very good way to go for Nintendo. That means, for me, I think at least it means quicker loading. And it means that you could probably fit more. And it's, in terms of space, you don't have to worry about a disk drive. So there's some positives to this. Kind of can't think of the drawbacks, maybe manufacturing costs, but these things are probably lowering in price to manufacture. I know a lot of, you can fit like 32 gigs. Maybe there's a custom size. I don't know. 32 gigs I'm talking about on like small SD cards or like on flash drive. I have a flash drive that holds 64 gigs. So, maybe this is a good step. Maybe this is a really good step. It's small. Your games are going to get lost real easily. But ultimately, maybe there's a custom kind of thing here that Nintendo can do where they can kind of say, all right, well, we have a small game and it's not going to require more than 2 gigs. Maybe the cost of the game will go down a little bit. Or maybe they won't need to manufacture a 5 gig or rather like a 4 gig for a 2 gig game. Maybe if it's a particularly giant game, as games are now on PC, getting to this point where they're like fucking, 40 gigs was Battlefield 1. I just installed that today. So maybe then you have the 64 gig version. So anyway, just let's move on. I just wanted to talk about that for a sec. I think that's pretty good. I'm sure someone out there is like, nope, you're stupid. But my opinion does not necessarily reflect that of the BBC Broadcasting Network. And that's the British Broadcasting Network. Okay, so we got Skyrim remastered, which is just a nicer looking Skyrim with better lighting. It's pretty much confirmed here that you can move your body freely and you can hold the controller separate. So you can prop it up and then you could just kind of, use those. I don't know if they have gyroscopic motion controls in them. I'm not sure about that. But okay, let's keep going. There's also a headphone jack. I'm not saying anything. No easy jokes. Headphone jack confirmed. So then you just dock it. There's the Pro controller, which is your standard controller that you see these days for most systems. It's got all your functionality. The lack of a D-pad is upsetting. You'll notice... I don't know if you can see. Yeah, look, see? There's buttons on the left there. So no D-pad. This is the first Nintendo system that's not launching with a D-pad of some sort. If that's the case. Unless it comes with a Pro controller or another add-on. This also leads me to believe that there will be add-ons. Maybe game-specific add-ons where you can use the left one for analog. Maybe the right one is like a gun. I don't know. Or maybe the right one has different buttons on it or more customized, maybe a touchpad or a touch thing. It's up to the developer's imagination, really. And maybe there will be one with a D-pad. But anyway, moving back to where we were. Mario Kart actually is different. This could be an upgraded version of Mario Kart 8. And you'll notice that you've got King Boo. Right? King Boo, that was a character that was not in Mario Kart 8, even though it's a level that was in, that's the Yoshi level. You'll notice that there are 2 items that you can switch between. So now you have a choice of which item to use. You can stock one, use one. So this might be a special edition of Mario Kart 8, or maybe just a kind of a semi-sequel. So... yeah, a little something. Mario Kart Single Dash. Let's continue. So this is go-karts confirmed for real life. You got some folks playing basketball and then just giving up basketball so they can play basketball in video game form. This is good news for third-party support. Now, the Wii U had a lot of third-party support when it first came out, but it lost it because of a lot of factors. But it's good to see a lot of people going into the Switch. You have Bethesda. This is the first time Bethesda's on a Nintendo console. That means if you're not into Skyrim or you're like, oh, who cares? It's a 5-year-old game. Who cares? Well, it's portable for one. That's cool. And two, it means that maybe Bethesda's future games will be on this new console. So there are some good things in regards to that. And this basketball game is kind of similar because it's showing that Nintendo is going for maybe a slightly more core audience than, let's say, everyone and their mother and grandmother, grandfather, great-grandfather, and baby. You'll notice, by the way, there are no children. There's young adults and like people maybe in their 20s, but no children, no babs, no grandparents shimmying in an awkward way. This is all like, you know, it was described for me as like, and this is the best way, babies don't think babies are cool, or children don't think that children are cool. They like to see things that adults are doing. That's cool for them. So this is a smart move by Nintendo. Either that, or the kids couldn't keep the NDA agreement and they were just like, fuck it, you know, I'm going to tell my friends at school. So Nintendo didn't want to risk it. But I think that Nintendo is trying something a little different here. They wanted to reveal this, like, we want to get our core audience back. We want to show you that we're on the side of the gamer. And yes, we don't need to show babies like playing a game and flailing wildly. So this is a good thing, and I like this. Speaking of good things, new 3D Mario game. I don't see FLUDD, but it still looks pretty cool. Some of the it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Guacamelee. But yeah, you'll notice here you know the camera's behind Mario, and this is a new 3D Mario game. And you'll see like a little skull on the wall, sombrero. So interesting theme, cactus. Maybe this is the theme of the game, or at least the theme of a few levels. I'm not sure. But look at that. There you go. There's another example. You'll see here Mario is going through rings, or will be going through rings, and therefore Sonic Mario crossover confirmed. And now we have someone who's basically like invited to their, you know, oh, come to the rooftop party. Oh, well, I'm going to be antisocial and bring my video games. God damn it, Sharon. Put your games down. Nah, they're loving it. Also, maybe Mario they're playing? I don't know. Is the implication that Mario is multiplayer? Maybe not. This is now Splatoon. People have noted some differences in this version of Splatoon. I like the idea that you can grab your Wii U, or your, wow, I'm calling it Wii U. You can grab your Switch screens, set them up around each other, and then just sit there and play multiplayer with each other. Same kind of multiplayer functionality that the 3DS has. That was, I think, a very smart move. I love the 3DS's online, well, not online, but local multiplayer. If the connection is solid, you could just start playing, and it's kind of cool. And yeah, so they're, you know, showing that Nintendo here is now saying, hey, we're into the competitive scene. You know, this is a scene we want to support and be a part of. They kind of missed an opportunity to show Smash here, but they did show some Splatoon stuff, and I don't really remember what's in the game and what's not, but some people are noting that it's a little bit different. So yeah, that's the NX, aka the Nintendo Switch, everyone. Now, I think it's a very good 3-minute trailer. I think it does what it needs to do. It establishes the rules of what the thing is. It's clearly communicated. I think it's a nice looking console. I think the idea is great. Don't get hyped. Be optimistic. Hype culture. I think Haydock said that in his video. Hi Haydock, if you're watching. You make good stuff. Haydock said something about like hype culture. I think it was him. Oh God, am I getting my people wrong? Saying hype culture was pretty bad. I think hype culture can be. It just, look at what happened with No Man's Sky. Have we not learned? Don't pre-order. Don't get too hyped. Be happy that it's happening. Be happy that we have something here that looks pretty cool. As a Nintendo fan, I like this, and I'm excited for this potential. You know, for this to maybe bring Nintendo into a realm of like relevance again. I want to talk a little bit about some of the launch games. Maybe we'll get, so we're going to get Breath of the Wild. Maybe we'll get a Mario game, a brand new, fresh 3D Mario game in the vein of Mario 64. That would be a dream launch lineup. Couple that with some, maybe that Skyrim. That there's no reason why Skyrim couldn't be on there. I've also heard that the NX, according to some developers, and again, this is all maybe hearsay, I'm not sure, but don't quote me on this. Apparently, it's really easy to port games to the NX. I'm still calling it the NX. It's going to be hard to not call it the NX. It's going to take me some time to call it the Switch. I will eventually. But apparently it's really easy to port games over. The architecture is very open and easy and understandable. Apparently this thing won't be region locked at all. That's a good step in the right direction. So the reaction has been very positive to this. I say remain optimistic. Let's wait for further information. Let's wait for price. Price is important. Let's wait for battery life. Let's wait for all the details about the differences between portable mode and, TV mode. So that's where I'm at with it. As a Nintendo fan, I am pleased. This is good. I'm glad we got it a little late, but I'm glad we got some kind of confirmation that this thing is real, and it is a nice little system, and I hope it does well, because I like Nintendo's games, and I want to play them, and this is a good thing to play them on, because the Wii U didn't quite do a whole lot of good for Nintendo, now did it? Which is a shame, because the Wii U had such great games, and it was a nice, the idea was there. It was awkward, though, for a lot of people, and, I had a lot of people that would come over my house and play video games, and they would be like, well, that controller looks stupid. I don't want to use that. Even Mike just said recently, like, he got a Wii U, and he was saying that the Wii U controller is so much more comfortable than he thought it would be. So, the Wii U was a good little system that had some cool games, and the hardware was behind, but it was okay. It did what it had to do. But its time is over, and now I would like to show you, since the Switch will be upon us in about 5 months, I'd like to show you a little thing I put together for the Wii U to the tune of Farewell, My Friend by Dennis Wilson. So, enjoy. I'm an asshole.
Farewell, my friend, my beautiful friend. Farewell. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and we'll meet again. Farewell, my friend. I love you in a funny way. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and we will meet again. Farewell, my friend. Oh, I want to see you again. Oh, farewell. Oh, I want to see you again. Farewell. Oh, on the mountain again. Oh, I want to see you again. On the mountain. Oh, it's when I see you again. Farewell.
I told you I was an asshole. By the way, that footage of the big me people in the city with all those people, that's actually my footage from the Wii U launch. Imagine my surprise when I'm outside in fucking freezing weather in November in Manhattan on a giant line for the Nintendo World Store for like 4 hours to get a Wii U, which I'm thinking is going to be the hottest thing that's going to sell out everywhere, just like the Wii. And then like 3 days later, it was like, hey, this thing is, you can just buy it. Just come on in. We got plenty. But yeah, I was there. I took footage. It was a pretty fucking massive launch. It was wrapped around the block a few times. So I guess a lot of people had the same idea I did. Except we were the only people that had that idea. So yeah, I mean, listen, Hyrule Warriors, Smash Brothers, Mario Maker, Mario 3D World. There were some great games on the Wii U, and it had a really cool screen so you could play your games while you're taking a shit or while you were in bed. You know, Donkey Kong, Star Fox was pretty okay. Twilight Princess HD, Yoshi's Woolly World. There were some good games, and those are the recent ones. So it was a good game. It was a good system, rather. And it had some good games. And you will be pissed, Wii U. You will be missed. As for the Switch, will you make the Switch? I think it's a good one. Here, I'll give you one more little nugget before I switch to Battlefield. It's that my buddy Tyler texted me earlier and said, I'll read the thing because it was kind of good. Tyler hasn't owned a Nintendo system in years. And he wrote, "Holy shit, Nintendo." I said, I know, it's a step in a good direction. And he wrote, "I haven't been excited for a Nintendo console since I was a kid." So he's 30. So I think that kind of sums it up for some people. Other people are like, whatever, who the fuck cares? I don't play games outside of my house. Looks like it's got old architecture. Who cares about Skyrim? I played it. Fair enough, dude. You know, you're entitled to that, and I'm not going to take that away from you. I think it's a cool system, and hopefully it is freaking people. People are like loving this. People are reblogging it, and it's like the video is like nearly 5 million for the trailer. So it's pretty big. I don't think you could go on the internet and not hear about this fucking thing today. But in my opinion, it's just like, okay, good. We're back on track. As I've said in the past, when Nintendo has their backs up against the wall, that's when innovation can happen. That's when they put a lot of effort, a lot of work. Any company that's number one for too long gets complacent. I don't want to start talking about Sony's weird business practices lately. I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm going to imply it and plant it firmly in your brain. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, fine. All good. But I think it's good that Nintendo had to eat some dirt for a little while. And hopefully now we're going to start seeing some good stuff. And this is coming from someone who's got a personal beef with Nintendo for them busting balls about taking down fucking stuff that they don't want on YouTube. You know, so I have my problems with this company. Trust me. Still, to this day, I still have issues, and I'm still like, you know, like, you betray me. I fed up with this world. I loved them when I was growing up. Could you imagine how I felt when stuff was getting removed? You know, so you know, you feel shitty, but at the same time, I still like their video games. What can I say? And I look forward to playing more of their video games on this Switch thing. So, anyway, that's all I got. Also, if you look here in the trailer at exactly this moment right here, not this one, not that one, this one, you'll see 4 amiibos on the counter next to what appear to be pottery. Okay? Amiibo support confirmed. Then you'll see what appears to be a bird. The image of sadness. Now, we remember this from Tamagotchi Life. Seagulls represent sadness. So, we learned that from Sponge and Tamagotchi Life. What does that mean? Nintendo Burbs confirmed. All right. Nintendo Burbs confirmed. Let's play some video games. Be right back. Being told it was possibly a dove, and I'm being told there was a Luigi amiibo behind the Mario amiibo. Poppycock, good sirs. All right, fine, you're right.